what's up? It's me, Wes. You might know me from Trash Talk. And today is a very special video that I always wanted to do because today the topic is, of course, one of my most favorite game franchises of all time, being Pokémon. Pokémon! Now, the only reason why I haven't done a Pokémon video sooner is because I didn't really have any special occasions to actually do a video, even though I really wanted to do a video for a long time. But with the release coming soon of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, also known as the Hoenn remakes, I decided now would be the best time to actually do a video on one of my most beloved franchises of all time. And today, to start off with, if you haven't read the title of the video, here it is right here, I'm going to be covering my top 5 least favorite Pokemon types. And all these types are, as we all know, Pokemon has a lot of really diverse types. With the addition of Fairy from Generation 6, that makes 18 types. And out of these types, these are the 5 types that I happen to like the least. And these types are not bad types, far from it. But personally, I don't like these types. I don't outright hate them, I just don't like them. I like these types the least because of the Pokemon in there, or I just find the type very unappealing. So if I happen to hurt your feelings and your opinion is just like, oh, you totally hurt my feelings, man. Again, this is opinionated, which means I might not have the same opinions as you, so don't be offended, guys. It's only opinion. And those can't hurt you guys. And with that, I'm going to start on my top 5 least favorite Pokemon types. I don't know why I skipped that. Starting on my countdown is the ground type. To explain, I must transport you back to 2 years ago, when the meadows were greener, and it was 2012 instead of 2014. Ooh, I was playing Pearl and I thought, that's the key word here, thought I had a great team set up, ready to kick some major ass. Several earthquakes later though, my team was assassinated, cut down in the middle of their prime. The only one left standing was my current flying type on my team, in which I don't remember exactly which one it was, so calm down. It might have been Staraptor. I don't know. Well anyway, that royally pissed me off back then. And so, with that, in the end, the ground type has seemed to be, and will always shall be, my Achilles heel when it comes to Pokemon. I mean, this type... I hate this type. I'm just kidding, I love you ground types. When you're not pissing me off! Alright, next up on this countdown is the fire type. Now, before you guys bite my head off in the comment section below, let me explain myself. I do believe fire type can be a really good type, and it has proven itself to be a really formidable type. But the reasons why I don't really like this type are very evident. For one, I don't like the Pokemon in this type. A lot of them are not really appealing to me, and a lot of them share a similar color scheme, being orange, yellow, or red as their common colors. And personally, only a few of the fire types have caught my eye, but not because of their awesome fire abilities, but because they pretty much have a type that I like more in them. Like, for example, like, I'm just gonna say Delphox. I have used a Delphox and I do like Delphox, but I didn't use him because of his fire capabilities. I used him because he was part psychic, and psychic appeals to me more than fire does. And the second reason that I don't like fire type is because however you think or feel about it, it's a poor man's electric. Even though electric type and fire type Pokemon both share a weakness to ground type, electric types are only weak to ground, while fire is weak to multiple other types as well. namely water and rock, that give it big problems. And then so in the end, I don't like fire types because of the Pokemon in them. Most of them I don't really find appealing, and I like the electric type more. There, I said it. At number 3, we have the fairy type. Sharing similar problems with the fire type, I found many of the Pokemon here were very unappealing to me. However, unlike the fire type, where at least I liked some of the Pokemon here and I found them very useful at times, I've only found and only really liked one fairy type here. The others were either just ugly or were made up of Pokemon that I didn't like, namely these bastards here. I mean, why make these fairy types? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Namely on Mr. Mime's part, I mean, does he look like a fairy to you? He looks more like a creeper to me. In the end, this type doesn't make sense for the most part, because they're either just, most of them are very unappealing, or were just made up of Pokemon I really didn't like to begin with. That, and I've only used only one fairy type, which was Gardevoir. Because, you know, she's beast. For number 2, we have the fighting type. Where do I begin with this one? For this type, I really don't like this type at all. And even though it is a good type and it's a very common used type amongst people that I know and people that I don't know, just people in general like this type, I don't really like this type. I don't know. It's probably just me. This one, I really just can't explain why I don't like it. I mean, I know it's pretty lame, but I don't know. Most of the fighting types I don't really find appealing, except for some. And that's because they don't look like traditional fighting types, which most of them are big, strong, brawny men. And yeah, punching shit can be fun, but that's not what fighting really is, guys. Fighting's just not like punching the shit out of everything. It's not boxing, guys. If it was boxing, you guys would be doing alright. But it's fighting. Fighting! Ugh. Only 2 Pokemon I really feel that I really do like fit this type really well, being Mienshao and Heracross. Because Heracross, again, he's part bug. And bug types are pretty okay. And then that, Mienshao. Mienshao doesn't look like a typical fighting type with brawn and all that. Mienshao looks elegant, and he's supposed to be based off a martial arts fighter, and I think that's a really good design. In the end, the fighting types are not designed well, and I just don't really like them. I'm sorry, you guys. I just can't. I just can't! Ah! Alright, we're down to number 1. And after I kind of screamed at the camera about fighting types, you're probably wondering what could be worse? How about the most blandest type you could think of? And you'll probably guess right. If you guess normal, then good job, you win a prize. And that prize is to listen to me bitch about this type. Yay! Okay. Normal types. Okay, the problem with that is, Pokemon, you want to use Pokemon that can actually do shit. Like electric types, for example. They can send thunder, from the sky and obliterate their opponents. Flying types can fly over the battlefield, dodging that pesky ground type. And even fire can destroy stuff by burning it to the ground. And what can normal do? Nothing. Normal is probably the most blandest type out there because it's not effective against anything. Normal types, I felt, are the most kind of pointless types out there. I mean, good God, they don't do anything. They only have one immunity, which is to Ghost. But then again, they can't do shit to Ghosts either. So in the end, if you put like a Ghost type and a normal type together enough to fight them, none of their attacks are gonna do anything. And plus, normal types probably have the most blandest move pool ever. Like, here's an example. Tackle! Tackle sounds more like a fighting type move. And then even Body Slam. Body Slam sounds like a fighting type move. In the end, normal types are just really bland. And I will never be caught using a normal type, because there's one problem. In a world where you can, again, use Pokemon that can light the sky with thunder, burn down houses with flames bursting out of their mouths, who can be like fucking dragons and just cause total havoc upon the world. Normal types are just kind of like the derp of Pokemon. I never use a normal type, and I'm definitely never will use a normal type, because it's so boring. At least with the other types, they kind of do something. But nope, normal does nothing. It only does normal damage. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope I didn't really hurt your feelings, guys. That wasn't my intention. I just really wanted to share my opinion out with the world. And if you don't agree with my opinions, leave them in the comments below. But nicely. Please. For now, I'm Wes, and this was my first Pokemon video.